Do you want to ask your question, Farah, since you have to leave early?
I would love to, and I must pull it out. Can you read the question for me? Sorry.
Yeah. So I think your question was, what is an audacious approach to reopen closed
Yeah.
doors to reopen doors to corporates before we even take a step in that direction? Can I invite you to something? I think there's something valuable here for everybody. The single most powerful thing that shapes the quality of our lives, and I've heard this from thousand, and you can see it in many different places, is the quality of the questions that we are asking. Right. So your question is, how do I reopen doors? And you're asking for an audacious approach, right? And I want to ask you, who closed the doors?
In my mind, I've created that it's not closed, but it's difficult to open.
Hmm?
It's my own reasoning, of course. And the reasoning is I've sent multiple emails to connect with one stakeholder of an organization. We've created so much value. And I know that if I have a meeting with him, we would look at new ways in which I could serve or see what's important for them this year. I've just
Yeah.
not been able to crack that. So for me, that's the thinking I had about reopen, but I guess the language can be changed.
Yeah, it might look just language, but I want you to invite you, right, to what you shared, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything, right? What you have done, what you have not done, what has happened, what has not happened.
Yeah.
That is something which we can all agree upon. Can you or can we agree upon that the door is closed or that it is difficult? That's another word that you used, that it is difficult to open or crack open. That was another word that you used.
Yeah.
Is it true?
I'm making it true because for the last month, I've been finding ways to connect. And then I was looking for a clever approach. I now notice that
Yeah.
what is a
Yeah.
clever way to, meet them? What is a creative way? Not a clever. What is a
Mhm.
creative way to, because there are so many, the market is so approaches, especially here in my city. All I have to do is call and say, shall we speak? I think that's the easiest option than trying to find any creative ways.
Yeah. Would you need a creative approach or any of that if the door is already open, right? Or maybe the door is closed, but certainly it is not locked or it is not difficult.
Excellent. I'm shifting that
Yeah.
immediately.
So I think this is a wonderful opportunity for all of us because we all do that. We all
Yeah.
close doors where we don't see the path. We have tried something before. I made a request. I get a no or I don't get a yes. And I create a story about what does it mean. And then I frame a question, assuming that story is the truth. Now, nothing wrong in doing
Um,
that, but you are moving in one direction, which is a very narrow road, and you're totally leaving the whole possibility out there open because of the way you have framed your question, right? Like what creative, what audacious approach will you use, will you do if not just the door is open, but they are waiting for you? Like they are waiting for you to come and solve their problem. What comes up then? What action comes up then?
I think for me, the action there would be just be fully in to have any kind of conversation to connect. And it's so contradictory what question I asked because I think I had this one client in my head, and then I had various other experiences over the last 2 weeks that were equally, magical without me pushing anything or asking anything. It was just emerging. So I think staying in that, knowing that, yeah, it will take me out of that road I was going. So yeah, I think that's something which is very powerful. I didn't notice that in my
Yeah.
question. Thank you.
Yeah.